Well, it's been a long time. My very first review was Psychic Detective over 5 years ago. A weird FMV game of weirdness from a weird period in video gaming. It was the 1990s, graphics were still quite primitive, but the compact disc boasted way more storage space than the humble cartridge or floppy disk. These shiny little marvels were like little laser discs, so video could be put on them. And what would look more realistic than real actual live people? This ushered in the brief full-motion video game craze. An embarrassing yet fondly remembered time by some. These pain-in-the-arse multi-disc productions range from pretty good to confusing bollocks. But hey, who needs to learn how to render sprites or 3D models when you can just film actors? Fill around 8 CDs worth of data which led to constant disc swapping, because home computers at the time didn't have nowhere near enough hard drive space for a full installation. So, what else was super popular in the 90s? The X-Files. One of my personal favourite TV shows of all time. The X-Files was fantastic. I remember seeing the initial promo for it on BBC Two back in the day, watched the first episode and never looked back. With the PC version being initially released on the 31st of May 1998, that would place this right around the end of Season 5 and just before the first movie. But no, this actually fits somewhere within the 3rd season. I guess that's when the story was written. But is that story canon? Well, let me tediously load all 4 discs into my PS Classic and find out. A rat. Washington State. A warehouse. Mulder and Scully are investigating the usual dodgy goings-on. They're ambushed and then this shit happens. Oh my God! Ah, the iconic intro, which I'm sure I'll get a copyright notice for. Nah, I don't monetize this channel anyway. Well, after being shot at, it looks like Mulder survived at least. So, do we go after the bastard who shot at us? Who the hell is this guy?
Why, Agent Wilmore?
Why, Agent Cook?
Oh, god damn it, Hyperball, you pulled a Metal Gear Solid 2 on me, didn't you? Here you go, here's the X-Files. Here's Mulder and Scully. Psych! You're now playing as Agent Craig Wilmore. Who the fuck is Agent Craig Wilmore? Exactly! No, you don't play as Mulder and Scully. You play as Agent Not Mulder, investigating their disappearance. Here is your first location, an FBI field office. You can do exciting things like wander around, check your emails, stick tape to your face, talk to fellow agent Mark Cook.
Hey partner, how's it going?
Agent Wilmore, I want to see you in my office.
Oh shit, the boss. Oh yeah, we got a case to do. Here's a familiar face, Assistant Director Skinner. Talking is a simple topic menu along with any key items. Our first lead is the Committee Inn in Everett where Mulder and Scully were staying. So we have a location to investigate, a recognisable character by our side, we have our Apple Newton and our Nokia 6110. Let's 90s the fuck out of this case.
Why don't you start with Mulder's room, I'll take Scully's.
Navigation is as you'd expect. Point in direction to go in that direction. Taking all the photos of the location must have been fun. Stand here, take photo, turn 90 degrees, take photo, turn another 90 degrees, take photo, move to next location, rinse and repeat. When finding an item of interest, you can either take it or interact with it. It's the 90s, so the interaction icon isn't simply a grabbing fist. It's a fist grabbing a bolt of lightning.
Excellent!
Wilmore does have an inventory, including a gun, which you can whip out at any time. Shall I do it? I'ma do it. Yes, there are several game over states, getting arrested, getting fired, and dying. We find Scully's laptop and clues leading to the warehouse. This is where the tedium sets in. There are a few pieces of evidence to find, and when you're restricted to clicking around low-res still images, it's not easy. If you haven't found everything yet, Skinner will remind you, making you feel incompetent.
I'm beginning to lose my patience.
We find the evidence, interrogate Mr. Wong the fisherman here, see some shady looking dudes in a car spying on us, and we're done here for now. This is how you can get stuck. Unless a cutscene confirms that you've completed a task, you may not know you're done. This requires the age-old point-and-click adventure method of try everything until something new happens. This includes the end of the day. Nothing to do now? Try going home to your sad, recently divorced, lonely apartment and get some sleep ready for tonight's stakeout. Yay, nighttime, even harder to see what you're doing. Wilmore witnesses the guys from the escaping car, I think, in the warehouse. Things are starting to get interesting. At the office in the morning, Cook is being knocked out.
Hey, did you get the number of that bus?
You okay?
Scully's laptop has been stolen, and when returning to the warehouse, again, the Seattle PD have set up a crime scene. Wong is dead.
Well, congratulations, old-timer. I don't know what you were doing, but you just warranted the involvement of the federal government.
In charge is Detective Mary Astadorian.
What can I do for you?
We have our not Scully for the game. Okay, we're on disc 2 now, and I know what you're thinking. When are we going to see Mulder and Scully? Yeah, about that. The original idea was to play as them, but due to scheduling conflicts, the story had to pretty much be rewritten. So here we are playing along as Poundland Mulder and Scully. Don't worry, they're coming. On the final disc. Don't blame me! Evidence on Wong's boat points towards a burnt-out Russian tug, the Terrakan. Finding out what you need to find here is a pain. Due to the basic 2D 90-degree navigation, locations can feel quite maze-like and it's easy to get lost. I never liked the Terrakan part. No matter how many times I play this, I can never remember how to end it.
Hey, Mr. Wilmore.
This is John, he's the crime lab guy you'd take the evidence to. So when you find this suspicious lead ball looking thing on board, take it to John, right? No, you have to phone him first. K. At Wong's autopsy, you learn that he died from massive radiation burns just like the crew of the Terrakan.
The Terrakan, sure. I remember it. You're the second FBI agent to ask me about that this week.
And after getting the Terrakan's logbook translated, Wong was on their payroll, helping the Russians smuggle goods into the US. This is where Mulder and Scully come in, right? No, okay. But that's okay, we finally get some gunplay. You track down the ringleader's warehouse, no time to wait for backup. It's time for an exciting game of... Mad Dog McCree. Yeah, it's an FMV game, what were you expecting? Yes, we have our man.
Cook, get down here, I've got him.
So what did that all have to do with the deaths of Wong, the Terrakan crew and our missing agents? Absolutely nothing! The whole Russian smuggling plot was a fucking dead end. You meet with Mr. X a little later and this is exactly what he tells you.
This has nothing, I repeat, nothing to do with the smuggled Soviet plutonium being your own.
Can we get back to the task at hand now, please?
Mulder and Scully are still alive.
So you said.
You need to find the Jane Doe that was checked into the Presbyterian Hospital in Gold Bar 3 days ago.
What?
She's about to be
Scully?
released.
He knows where Scully is! Holy shit, finally!
Are you Dana Scully?
Who are you?
I'm with the Bureau. How do you feel?
Very weak, but actually I feel a lot better than I did when I first came in here.
Do you have any idea where Mulder is?
I have no idea, but we need to find him.
Yes, we better find Mulder. Oh no, it's okay. We're only on the final disc and this X-Files game is finally starting to feel like an X-Files game. After a rummage around an old train yard, our stopgap Mulder and Scully find a medical examination boxcar and evidence of dodgy doings. We need to find this man, and find this man, along with the location of a military base linked with this boxcar, with the help of the lone gunman via a video call.
Agent Wilmore?
Yes.
Yay, this is more like it.
Dr. Jonathan Rausch, a Navy surgeon.
You know, where's he stationed?
Eisenhower Field, Alaska.
Oh yeah, that's the guy.
Rausch, He has a house. Let's go ransack the Rausch house. Nice place. What do we have here? Mulder!
Jeez, man, do I know you? Cable guy. You alright?
Enjoy this while it lasts. Little spoiler, this is the only interaction you have with him. Mulder tells Wilmore that Rausch had the black oil swimming across his eyes when he kidnapped him, but now Rausch is dead and the black oil alien has a new host and headed to the military base where Mulder suspects its alien ship is. Alright, time for another confusing maze. As this is the end, I'll keep it vague. The idea is to trap the infected host in this isolation chamber, to trick the alien to moving hosts, and use the stiletto given to Wilmore by Mr. X in order to kill it. Pretty anticlimactic, to be honest. With all my ranting, you'd think I'd hate this game, but I don't. I haven't played this in a long time, and I forgot how little the main cast are involved. If you're a die-hard X-Files fan, this will disappoint. Instead, we spend the majority with The Asylum Presents the X Documents. The non-X-Files characters are likeable enough, and at least the acting is decent. As FMV games go, this is certainly at the higher end. It's just a shame that you're paradoxically playing an NPC. So, is it canon? Yes and no. It involves the Black Oil alien, which is part of the main lore, but the story takes place separately from the main series. Agents Wilmore, Cook, Detective Astadorian, etc. are never mentioned in the show. Just like this game's existence, it's more of a footnote than a chapter.